Hello everyone, this is Satyam Kumar Thakur. So in this video we will see that how to write program for mirrored inverted mirrored right triangle star pattern. Okay, so this is fourth lecture of star pattern program series. Okay, so in this lecture series we will see all the patterns that are out there. Okay, whether it is star pattern or it is number pattern. Okay, so why you should solve all the pattern program series. Okay, the reason is that solving pattern programs will give you will improve your logic building skills. Okay, so you should definitely try to solve all the pattern programs first by yourself. If you're not able to solve it, then watch the videos. Okay, so let us start. Okay, so before solving any star pattern, you should first observe that pattern. Okay, that what are the specialties about about that pattern. Okay, so if you'll see about this pattern, okay, so let us observe a few points about this pattern. So the number of rows that we have to print in this pattern is how much? It is 6, right? So the number of rows that we need to print is equal to what? It is 6, right? Now we will see that how many stars we need to print in each row. Okay, so in the first row, if you'll see, we need to print 6 star. In the second row, if you'll see that we need to print 5 star. In the third row, we need to print 4 star. In the fifth row, we need to print 3 star. In the in the fifth row, we need to print 2 star, and in the sixth row, we need to print 1 star. Okay. Now we will calculate the number of spaces that we need to print in each row. Okay. So in this Okay, so in the first row, if you'll see that we need to print 0 space. In the second row, if you'll see that we need to print 1 space. In the third row, we need to print 2 space. In the in the fourth row, we need to print 3 space. In the fifth row, we need to print 4 space. And in the sixth row, we need to print 5 space. Okay, so this is the number of spaces that we need to print and number of stars that we need to print. Okay, so now let us see that how we will calculate the number of spaces that we need to print. I mean, how we will keep track of the number of spaces that we need to print and how we will keep track of the number of spaces that we need to print. Okay, so if you will see for the number of spaces for the first row, okay, for the first row, if you'll see what is the total number of rows, that is 6, and what is the total number of stars that we need to print in the first row, that is also 6. So if you subtract total number of rows minus, okay, number of stars that we need to print in that row is equal to the number of space that we need to print, right? So if you'll see for the second row, for the second row, okay, how many stars we need to print? That is 5. And how many total number of rows is there? So it is 5, right? So 6 minus 5, that means we need to print 1 space in the second row. In the third row, total number of spaces, total number of rows is 6, okay, and total number of stars that we need to print is 4. So 6 minus 4, that is 2 spaces we need to print. For the fourth row, it is 6, okay, total number of rows minus total number of stars that we need to print. So like that, the number of spaces, like that we have to keep track of the number of spaces. Okay, so number of spaces will be what? It will be total rows, okay, minus what? Total number of stars that we need to print in that particular row. Okay, okay, now what is the third thing? Third thing is number of stars. Okay, for number of stars, what we will do, we will keep it one variable. Okay, we will keep it in one variable. For example, suppose the variable name is star, it will be better. Okay, variable name is star. So in this variable name, we will store total number of rows. Okay, and we will decrement it, okay, for each row iteration. Okay, you will understand it in the code. Okay, what is the fourth thing? After printing each row, we need to change the line. Okay, so these are the 4 things that we need to keep track of while writing the code. Okay, so I hope you understand this explanation, the observation that we did from this pattern. Okay, now let us write the pseudo code for this program. Okay, for this pattern. So what are the 4 things that we need to keep track of? First one is row number. Okay, first one is row number. Second thing is first one is row number. Okay, and the second thing is number of spaces that we need to print. Okay, number of spaces that we need to print. Third thing is stars that we need to print, and fourth is we need to change the line. Okay, change the line. So these are the 4 things that we need to keep track of. Okay, yeah, so let us write the code for it. Okay, Okay, so first of all, what I said that for keeping track of star, we need to track a variable, we need to keep a variable. Okay, so let us keep a variable star. Okay, in this variable, we will keep total number of rows. Okay, total number of rows. In our case, it is what? It is 6. Okay, after that, we have to keep track of row number, right? So for that, what we will need? We will need a for loop. Okay, so we will write a for loop for for example, suppose I give it as r underscore number equal to 1. Okay, and how many times this loop will execute? It will execute exactly total number of rows times. Okay, so let us give it as rows. Okay, in this case, in our case, it is 6, right? So rows is what? It is total number of rows. Okay, so now what we will do? Sorry, it is r underscore number. Okay, r underscore number. Okay, and what we need to do? We need to increment this r underscore row number. Okay, so this will keep track of what? This will keep track of row number. Okay, this will keep track of row number, that for which row we are executing. Okay, after that, what we have to do? We have to print space, right? We have to print space. So what we will do? For space equal to 1. Okay, space. Okay, okay, so what we did for space? Okay, we have to do one thing, that the total number of sorry, yeah, total number of rows, okay, minus total number of stars that we need to print in that line. Okay, in that line we can do that by that way as well, or what we can do, we can space is less than r underscore number. If you will do this, okay, if you will do this, this will also do the same job. Okay, I will dry run this code. Okay, at that time you will understand that how this space for loop is working. Okay, and then what we have to do? We have to do space plus plus. Okay, space plus plus. Okay, so this will in this case, in this one, what we have to do? We have to print just the space. Okay, so we will print a space. After that, what we have to do? We have to print stars, right? So for printing stars, okay, if you can see that we have already taken a variable star. In that variable, we have kept this total number of rows. Okay, so what we will do? We will take a for loop to print this these stars. Okay, so take a variable k. Okay, and this variable k will be initialized to 1. Okay, and this k should execute. Okay, at the first place, how many times this k should execute? It should execute exactly star number of times. That means 6 times. Okay, what is the value that is stored in star right now? It is 6. Okay, so for the first time, okay, for the first row, how many times it should execute? It should execute 6 times, right? Okay, so it will be less than equal to 6, and then what we will do? We will increment k. Okay, and what this for loop will do? This for loop will print star, right? This for loop will print star. Okay, and after printing both space and star, what we have to do? We have to change the line, right? We have to change the line. Okay, so this is the pseudo code for it. Okay, we will dry run this code now. Okay, so for one iteration, I'm dry running this code. Okay, for the rest of the iteration, what you have to do? You have to sorry, for the rest of the iteration, what you have to do? You have to dry run it by yourself and understand that how this code is running. Okay, so let us start. What is stored in this star value? Star is initialized to what? Star is initialized to 6. Okay, so star is initialized to 6. Okay, so at first, r underscore number will be what? R underscore number will be what? It will be equal to 1, right? So here check will happen. Okay, so r underscore number is 1. 1 is less than rows. Rows is what? Rows is also 6. Okay, rows value is what? Rows value is 6. So 1 is less than equal to 6. So it will go inside. Okay, it will go inside. And inside what will happen? Inside, it will go inside. Here space will be 1. Space value is what? Space value is 1. Okay, so space is initialized to 1. Okay, so space is 1, row r underscore number is 1. So check will happen 1 is less than equal to 1. Is it true? No. It is false. Okay, so it is false. So if the loop condition is false, so that means what will happen? This for loop will not get executed, right? So control will come to this for loop. Okay, what will happen here? K is what? K is 1. Okay, and k is less than equal to 6. Okay, sorry, it won't be 6. It won't be 6. We did a mistake. Here it will be star. Okay, so that for the first time, okay, for the first time, it for the that means for the first row, it should execute how many number of times? 6 number of times. And initially, what is stored in 6? It is 6. Okay, sorry, what is stored in star? It is 6. So this for loop will execute 6 times. That means for the first row, 6 stars will get printed, right? And after that, what will happen? Change of line will happen. Okay, okay, and then r will get incremented to what? Okay, so here we missed one thing. We have to decrement this variable star also. Okay, why we will decrement this variable star? Because initially star was initialized to 6, right? So in the second iteration, that means for the second row, how many times this star should get printed? It should get printed only 5 times, right? So that means this for loop should execute only 5 times in the second iteration, right? So that is why we need to decrement star. Okay, so I hope you understand this code. If you didn't understood it, okay, so in that case, what you have to do, you have to write your query in the comment section. I'll answer it, or you can ping me in the Instagram. Okay, sorry, in the Telegram. The link is given in the description. Okay, now let us jump to the code. Okay, let us jump to the code. Yeah, just a minute. Sorry for the delay. Okay, so let us jump to the code. So I have already taken number of rows as input. Okay, number of rows as input, and I have assigned this stars variable to number of rows to the stars variable. Okay, so let us write the for loop. For int, what this for loop will do, this will keep track of number of rows. Okay, so I equal to 0, r underscore number equal to 1. Okay, I less than, r underscore number less than, it will be less than equal to what? It will be less than equal to number of rows, and then what we have to do, we have to r underscore number and plus plus. Okay, this will keep track of what? This will keep track of row number. Okay, row number. After that, we need to print the space, right? So for int, okay, space equal to 1, and then space less than what? Space less than r underscore number, and then space plus plus. Okay, in this case, what we have to do, we have to print the space system dot out dot print. Okay, print, what we have to print, we have to print a space. Okay, so okay, and after that we have to print star, right? For printing star, we need one for loop for int k equal to 1, k less than equal to, less than equal to stars. Okay, stars, what is stored in the stars first? Okay, if we are running this for this particular pattern, then how many number of rows are there? 6. So what will be in stars? Initially stars will be initialized to 6. Okay, so okay, and then we need to increment k, and then we need to print this k plus plus, and then we need to print star. Okay, after printing this star, what we have to do, we have to decrement this stars variable. Okay, why we will decrement this stars variable? Because if you will see, for the first time, this will execute for the first row, this will execute for how many number of times? This will execute for stars number of times, that means 6 times, right? So we will have to decrement it by 1, so that for the second row, it should get executed only 5 times, right? For the fourth row, it should for the third row, it should get executed only 4 times, right? So like that. So that's why we are decrementing it. And after we are done with this, we need to just change the line. Okay, so println. So this code is done. Let us execute it. Finished. Okay, okay, now we will give the input as 4. Okay, so you can see that we are getting the desired output. Okay, what we have what we were planning to get. Okay, Okay, if you want space in between, okay, in that case what we have to do, just give a space at the first place, and then give a space over before the star. Okay, so now if you will execute it, and if we are giving as 5, so you are getting the output with the space. Okay, so this is it for this video. Okay, if you like the video, if you get some useful information from this video, then please like it, please share it, and please subscribe it. Thank you very much for watching.